Fun with Tasha Brown says, what do you do if someone rejects you, then tries to come back? Don't let them back in. Listen, I'm not going to let you reject and then have you come back to inspect, because people will reject you and then come back to inspect you to see if they can be positioned back in your life. So this is what you need to do. Number one, you have to write down the reasons why you should not let them back in. The reasons why you should not let them back in. Number two, you got to encourage yourself often. You see, I'm trying to spell the word reject. So you got to write down the reasons why they should not come back in your life. Number two, you got to continuously to encourage yourself, right? Then you got to find joy in God, because if you don't have joy in God, then you will begin to feel that your values in someone who has left. And oftentimes we begin to think back over our lives with that individual and then begin to find, well, at least I can let them back in because we did have a lot of good times. Let me tell you something I tell most people is that when you do pros and cons of the reasons why that person not be in, you may have 15 pros. You may have a lot of great times with the individual, but 15 pros and 2 cons, those 2 cons can still outweigh those other pros. So just because you had great moments with them doesn't mean you should make more moments with them. So number one, you got to write down the reasons, pros and cons, why you should not let them back in your life. You got to encourage yourself, edify yourself, and begin to find the uniqueness by which God created you. Number three, you got to start finding more joy in God. You got to begin to say, you know what? God is my source. God is my everything, and I'm going to pursue what he has for me to do. Number four, you got to educate yourself. You got to start getting more involved in there we go, exercise, evolve, get more involved in the things in life so that you can evolve, right? And so that you can exercise, build some endorphins, get some things in you. Last but not least, C and T, you see I'm working hard on this. See, you got to you got to circle around yourself resources that will help you. And last but not least, man, you got to be thankful that God protected you through that rejection. Simple as that. Don't let them back in, because if you're dumb enough to leave, because most people, they'll leave and then they'll come to their senses, but they didn't change their character. They didn't change their character. So what happens is they may go out there, like I said in another video, they may chew the grass and be like, man, this grass over here is not what I thought it was, and then try to come back to you, but they're not coming back as a changed individual. So you have to understand who you are in God, and you got to be able to say, hey, man, I am more valuable than to be mistreated like this, because when people reject you, they reject you for a reason. But find your reason for life, man, so that you won't cause treason in your life to go back with someone that doesn't even belong in this season of your life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to engage more content, make sure you check out the videos over here. If you want to learn more about the books that I've written or the cards that I've created, or ways that you can support and engage with what I do online, make sure you check out the links in the description box below. And if you've been watching this far, you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell, and make sure you leave a comment. I would love to read it and would love to engage and be your coach online. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.